He walks with Judas behind the man, and the others follow him unwillingly. "Are you an Israelite?" asks the man. "Yes, I am." "I too, or almost, although I do not look like one. But I lived a long time abroad, and I got into many habits of which these fools here disapprove. I'm better than the others, but they say that I'm a demon, because I read a great deal. I breed poultry, which I sell to the Romans, and I can cure people by means of herbs. When young, because of a woman, I quarrelled with a Roman. I was at Sintium then, and I stabbed him. He died. I lost one eye and all my wealth, and I was sentenced to life imprisonment. But I knew how to cure people, and I cured the daughter of one of the guards. I thus won his friendship and some freedom. I used it to escape. I acted badly, because the man certainly paid for my flight with his life. But freedom seems so beautiful when one is a prisoner. Is it not really beautiful afterwards? No. Jail, where one is alone, is better than being in contact with men who do not allow you to be alone and come around us to hate us. Did you study philosophy? I was a teacher at Sintium. I was a proselyte. And now? Now I'm nothing. I live according to the reality of facts. And I hate, as I was and am still hated. Who hates you? Everybody. And God is the first. She was my wife, and God allowed her to be unfaithful to me and ruin me. I was free and respected, and God allowed me to become a convict serving a life sentence. God abandoned me. Men were unfair. Both he and they destroyed me. There's nothing left here. And he strikes his forehead and his chest. Rather, here, in my head, there are my thoughts, my knowledge. It is in here there is nothing. And he spits contemptuously. You are wrong. You have still two things there. Which? Remembrance and hatred. Remove them. Become really empty. And I will give you something new to put in there. What? Love. You make me laugh. I've not laughed for 35 years, man. Since I had the proof that the woman was unfaithful to me with the Roman wine merchant. Love. Love to me is like me throwing jewels to my chickens. They would die of indigestion unless they passed them out with their excrement. The same would happen to me. Your love would be a burden to me if I could not digest it. No, man, do not say that. Jesus lays his hand on the man's shoulder. He is deeply and openly distressed. And just to say there, because you're not reading this, Jesus is deeply and openly distressed here. The man looks at him with his only eye, and what he sees on that most sweet and beautiful face causes him to be struck dumb and to change his expression. From being sarcastic, he becomes very serious and then really sad. He lowers his head, and with a changed voice he asks, "Who are you?" Jesus of Nazareth, the Messiah. You! I. Did you not know about me since you read so much. I knew, but I did not know that you were alive. And above all, I did not know this. I did not know that you are good to everybody, thus also to murderers. Forgive me for what I said about God and love. Now I understand why you want to give me love. Because without love, the world is hell, and you, the Messiah, want to make a paradise of it. A paradise in every heart. Give me the remembrance and the hatred that make you ill, and let me put love into your heart. Oh, I wish I'd known you before, then. But when I killed, you were certainly not born yet. But later, when I was free as a snake in a forest, I lived to poison people with my hatred. But you did also some good. Did you not say that you cured people by means of herbs? Yes, to be tolerated. But how many times I had to struggle against my desire to poison people by means of potions. Just a pause there. It just occurs to me. We have mass murderers in our society periodically. In the UK, most recently, the infamous Lucy Letby, I think that was her name, a nurse in my old part of the world, Cheshire. I think it was Cheshire. She murdered babies in a maternity ward whom she was supposed to be caring for. And that went on over a period of years. And notes were discovered in her flat or her house saying how much she hated herself and how nobody would love her. And there have been other killers who kill for reasons which we could not understand. But there's deep darkness within them. We don't have to say it's demonic possession. We don't have to say that. There's deep psychological problems. Of course, the devil can intertwine himself amongst all this. No doubt about that. But just focusing on the person as a person. Somebody like Lucy Letby was very, very disturbed, but outwardly not so. And John of Endor, Felix as he is at this point, though I don't think we've had his name yet, he is deeply, deeply in turmoil inside, dark and hateful. And he has memories which bother him. And he wanted to kill. He wanted to be another British infamous person. Harold Shipman, a doctor who killed numerous people, but outwardly was normal. A family doctor. This is going back now 15, 20 years. Time flies. Here, this person, though he wanted to do so, he just managed to hold himself back. And we must also ask ourselves, well, maybe it's not worth asking, but we must be aware that before these people start killing, they want to kill. And then there's perhaps an inner battle going on within them, urging them to kill, but holding them back from killing. And then there are those who have that inner battle for long periods of years, but never go through with it. Who are these people? We'll never know. But they must be far more numerous than the ones who actually begin to kill. This person here, John of Endor as he later becomes, he's a little insight into that kind of person who's very, very dangerous and who then can only be cured by Christ, the love of Christ. And the question for us is, how can the love of Christ reach somebody in the 21st century when Christ is no longer here? Well, we're told that the Spirit of Christ is here. The Spirit of Christ, as St. Paul calls him, God the Holy Spirit. That is the means by which people can be touched. But the Spirit of Christ rarely operates on his own. He operates through Christians. And that must apply especially to Catholics, because the sacraments are the vehicles for the actions of the Spirit. They're, as it were, the transmission belt for the actions of the Spirit in the world through us. And so really, though we cannot know who is deeply disturbed in our society, it behoves us to bring the love of Christ to everyone, because amongst them will be some who are seriously, potentially dangerous. Not just people who are suffering, because everybody needs Christ. But John of Endor tells us that there are some who need him in a particular way.